Hello and welcome to The Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me, and Happy New Year. First review of 2021. Year's shaping up to be a good one. So what do we have this time? We've got a Scotch whisky. It is the Glenfarclas 8-year-old, the youngest age statement expression in the range of Glenfarclas. The only other Glenfarclas I've reviewed is the 21-year-old. And I really like Glenfarclas. They're a Scottish family-owned distillery, good quality, good products, and a really good range of age statement malts. So I found this, and I love the crappy packaging. I hope they never change it. I like the cheap cardboard, slightly old-fashioned, sloping writing of Glenfarclas. And it's just something that, it's a distillery that people who really love whiskey like Glenfarclas. People who aren't malt heads, really never heard of it. It's not a supermarket offering, really, Glenfarclas. And I've tried various things through the ranges. I wanted to start with the 8 and maybe work my way up. So I bought this this is actually discontinued now. It was available for about £30 in the UK. I bought it from a private liquor store in Vancouver quite a while ago. It had a broken cork, unfortunately, so I had to replace the cork. And that was a reminder: always keep a supply of spare corks, because you never know when one is going to break. And it's good to just keep one of these tubes, fill it with corks of various sizes, and if that problem ever occurs, you'll be able to fix it very quickly. So it is bottled at 40. It's just 40% ABV actually. They don't get to 43 until you get to the 12. So what does it say? 40% ABV. Doesn't say. It says natural colour, but it doesn't say anything about chill filtration. So I'd be interested to know. Does anyone know if it's chill filtered? Fresh, fruity, and inviting on the nose. Nice, young, sherried Speyside. Really good quality spirit. Fresh, fruity, and inviting. Apples, pears, blackcurrant, rosy apples. Marshmallow. It's predominantly light fruits. Maybe a hint of lavender or something floral going on. Hint of fresh ginger, some oranges and lime. Delightful honeyed cereal note. A little bit of buttered toast maybe. Licorice and blackcurrant candies, those purple ones that were sold in the UK. I haven't seen them in North America. The red licorice. Very slight hint of struck match, so just a little bit of sulphur and maybe a wisp of smoke, but very slight. So this has got a real fruity vibrancy on the nose. Palate, easygoing, malty and sweet. Lovely cereal notes, honey, slight herbal note, buttered toast. It's just wonderfully sweet. Sweet sherry, apples. Very nice. So let's just give it a little bit of water. 40% ABV, I wouldn't normally add any. But for the purposes of tasting, I do give them a bit of water because it can sometimes bring out a few things. Some are better with water, some without, some with just a drop, some will take quite a lot. This one really little, if any. It does undergo a change with some water. The apple notes become much more green and tangy. You know, the apple Jolly Rancher candies. Maybe a little bit of marshmallow and pear drops, very acetone kind of candies. Yeah, a light oak, a kind of creamy cheesecake. And a seed. A bit more sherry coming through, a bit more dried fruit, prunes maybe. The palate with a bit of water, unfortunately, it sort of split it into a cloyingly sweet note and a really slightly awkward bitter note. I really don't think that it suits water on the palate. It's still fruity and malty, still got the sherry notes, extra kick of spice, sweet and sour notes as well, but I really do prefer this at its regular strength of 40. Would be even better, I think, at 43 or 46. Kind of a brown sugar sweetness as well. On the finish, there's a big wave of honey, creme brulee, a herbal note, fennel, wisp of smoke, and brown sugar or caramel. So I pick up a perfumed kind of soap on the nose. So this is very good, young, sherried single malt. I'm really enjoying it. I like the packaging. I like the price. The only thing I'm not thrilled about is the ABV being at 40, but it's still pretty good. You find this for its regular price, not a secondary market price. If you're a Glenfarclas fan, I would probably buy it. Glenfarclas tends to get a lot of attention at the higher age statements because all of the age statements are well priced. People can afford a 25-year-old Glenfarclas, whereas they cannot afford a 25-year-old Macallan. So people buy the 25 Glenfarclas and go, oh, look at this 25-year-old. And it tends to get a lot of hype at the higher end of the age statements. Whereas the 8, I didn't even know that they bottled it. Nobody talks about the Glenfarclas 8, but here it is, and it's a perfectly good young sherried whiskey. I do suspect that Glenfarclas gets better throughout the range. You know, I've tried the 12, I've tried the 15 and 17, and of course I've reviewed the 21, which is a good one. I get the feeling that the 8 is perhaps not at the peak of the range, but it's a perfectly competent single malt. So soon I'd like to compare this with the 10. I will save a little bit here in a small sample bottle and compare that with the 10 when I get around to the 10. Anyway, until then, stay in good spirits and hope to see you again soon. Cheers, goodbye.